Hi, I'm Dr. Lisa Ryan. Psychiatry is my field and people are my passion. If you're a people and not just someone's dog watching this YouTube, that means you personally are who I make these videos for. My channel name is An Empowered Mind, and that is just what I want for all of us. This video is about ways to make someone's day and why you need to care about doing so. You may be thinking, hey, I want someone to make my day, and I like that too, but here's the truth. When we take the time and consideration it takes to do the things that make others happy, we feel great too. It's a win-win, and I love win-wins. If you have faith and believe that God is watching, it's a triple win. The best time to be generous with our actions, thoughts, and words is when they are least expected. It's pretty easy to give back, whether it's time, money, or a thoughtful action, when we get that from another person already. In a way, though pleasant and good practice, that kind of exchange is not a big deal. If we do things for others, we aren't too shocked to get that treatment back. If someone is generous in thought, word, and deed to us, we're likely to be that way too. So here is the thought-provoking thought. 2 thoughts in one sentence. Okay, that's a lot. What if the other person isn't too lovely, not the greatest, and what if they haven't exactly inspired us to do for them? That's when our behavior becomes a bigger deal. That's when we engage our empowered mind. My heart is in the right place when I tell you that I have been told many times, you just made my day. The thing I notice is that the actions or words that have elicited that response are almost always simple and usually free. What most of us truly desire is to be seen and appreciated. But honestly, we all have some aspect of ourselves that's far from perfect, kind of messed up, and a bit annoying. I know, it's hard to believe, right? So when someone sees one of the many things we do right or appreciates the effort we make to do something well, it is music to our souls. We all need encouragement to develop the goodness, all the goodness that we can. And recognition is fantastic encouragement. Think with me for a minute about the day you depart from this life, your deathbed. Will it bring joy to you and your soul to say, by God, I worked 80 hours a week, made a lot of money, and didn't let anyone get in my way? How about, I didn't make a lot of money, and I messed up a lot of things, but still, I touched many lives and made a difference for them. Loving people is what it's all about. Kindness rules. It's okay to have a combination of those 2 statements too, but we don't want to miss the people. But you may be asking, touched many lives, made a difference? What does that really mean? It means you saw opportunities in the moment because you noticed others and that the difference you made was in that moment. Our lives are made up of moments. What seems insignificant or momentary to me has often been very meaningful to someone else. I've had people thank me for simply being what I considered decent years later, or thank me for things I don't remember that are clearly still in their hearts and minds. As I talk about this, something is coming to mind. There was a time at the beginning of going through a divorce that I couldn't even really take all the emotion in. And my thoughts weren't all that rational either. I was very depressed, and it seemed like joy in my life was over. A friend came over. I was lying in my bed and had just left the door open. She came in, clearly realized that there was nothing to say, and lay down on the bed beside me. She grabbed my hand and held it. I'm not sure for how long, but we were just quiet for a while. I will never forget that. She was caring and with me. I don't think she could have done any better. I'm not in touch with her anymore, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if she didn't remember those minutes. She made a difference for me in that moment, and it meant everything. That was a pretty intimate thing to do, but many of the meaningful things we do are quite a bit less so. If we care about doing right in the world, we must look past our small inner circle of friends and family to the others we interact with on a daily basis. It may be a person on the phone, the mailman, or the cashier. All we need to do is see them. We want to encourage people, and since everyone, literally everyone, needs encouragement, we won't have to look far. Here are some ideas to help you be aware of times when you might make someone's day. Number 1, watch for the marginalized of our world. Children who don't get seen or heard, people in wheelchairs, people who have done things to their appearance that scream, "Please see me." Quiet or shy people, homeless people, sick people, elderly people, unattractive people. All these people especially need your focus. Like I said, you can't go wrong with showing kindness to anyone, but these people need it most. Number 2, keep it simple and genuine. Get the door for someone in front of you or behind you. Smile. You'll get a lot of smiles back. Say hello. Ask if you can help someone who clearly could use your help. Give someone your spot in line if they have one item and you have a bunch. Be patient when you aren't expected to be patient. Give a compliment. Don't just think it. And here's the most important idea. 3, give freely. If you give in order to get something, your heart is wrong. That's manipulative. Having said that, I can't tell you how many times I've been friendly to someone when I didn't have to be, only to find out later that the person I was friendly to was the person who could opt to help me with something or not. What I'm saying is that being great to people as often as you can will definitely serve you too. Again, your heart needs to be in the right place. If you get absolutely nothing, you would do it again. The focus is on the other person. We are never alone in this planet, so what we do makes a difference. We need to make this a better place. Love is powerful, powerful, powerful. Don't miss giving it out and don't miss receiving it. If someone does something that makes your day, be sure to tell them. They will want to know. I'm going to tell you one more story. It's about my dad. My father lived nearby when I was growing up, but when I was only a few months old, he forgot that he even had a daughter. My parents divorced before I remember. He didn't pay child support, he didn't call, he didn't remember my birthday. When I look back on all that, I can't imagine a parent choosing to ignore one of his 3 daughters. After a series of events, he called me for the first time when I was 32. I went to meet him at age 36. I remember that he had very lifeless eyes. They were dark and empty, no doubt from the life he had chosen to live. We didn't develop a real parent-child relationship, but I'm glad I met him. He was smart and funny, and I'm pretty sure he got that from me. Anyway, a few years later, He had had a few little strokes and wasn't well. I called his home to talk to his wife, but he answered instead. I didn't really want to talk to him. He kept asking me, "How old are you now?" Then he would ramble a bit. When I said I needed to hang up, he stopped and just paused, and he said, "I love you." I hesitated because I certainly didn't love him as a great father, and I wanted to be sincere. I thought about it for a second and felt I could genuinely say to him as a fellow human being, "I love you too, Dad," and he was my father. Then, with a clearer mind, he said, "You just made my day." Shortly after that day, he died. "I love you. You just made my day." Those were our final words. Ask me if I'm glad. I'm very glad because those were words of peace and forgiveness. Maybe someone doesn't deserve your forgiveness, but you could offer it anyway. If they seek your mercy, you will make their day. There are so many ways to make someone's day. Surprise them with a nice note. Acknowledge an accomplishment in front of others. Give an anonymous gift. Tell someone how glad you are that you've met them. The ideas are absolutely endless, and I know that you are a creative genius, so show it off. What I'm suggesting here is a no-lose proposition. I think you can see that. Even if you're already a nice person, you can always heighten your awareness. This video is a reminder for all, including me. Yay for reminders! I suggested earlier that we look for marginalized people, but of course your family and friends like this stuff too. Now go make someone's day. You could even leave a nice comment and make mine.